Flagrante no poker unfolds like a fever dream of suspicion, jealousy, and absurdity. The episode begins with the familiar rhythm of tapas and beijos laughter echoing through the boutique, the smell of cheap perfume mingling with the distant sound of samba and Fatima and Sueli navigating another day of love and chaos. Yet tonight feels different. There is an energy simmering beneath the surface, something slightly off. The men have organized a poker night, an innocent tradition perhaps, but in this world innocence rarely lasts. As the game unfolds filled with loud jokes and false bravado, the women's intuition begins to stir. What is poker but a metaphor for deception? Each hand a lie, each bluff a test of nerve. The writing cleverly mirrors the emotional stakes of relationships, the fear of being betrayed, the thrill of being in control. Sueli suspects something. Her instincts sharpen like a cat's. Fatima, ever the firecracker, fuels the suspicion with humor so sharp it cuts through the pretense of domestic peace. The pacing tightens as the camera moves between the men's smoke-filled game and the women's growing tension. By the time the confrontation arrives, we are breathless caught between laughter and chaos. The reveal is less about infidelity and more about pride, miscommunication, and the absurdity of gender politics. The brilliance of this episode lies not in its plot, but in its tone. It is a study of emotional theatre, of the endless games people play to feel important. In one reimagined moment that expands the tension, I imagine Sueli bursting into the room earlier than planned, her hair undone, her voice trembling between fury and amusement. The men freeze mid-laugh, cards in hand, as if she had caught them not cheating, but pretending to be someone else. The silence that follows feels heavy, yet the comedy never disappears. It lingers at the edges like a mischievous grin. The dialogue explodes with irony, the lines overlapping in the kind of musical chaos that only Brazilian humor can sustain. The lighting shifts, creating an almost theatrical sense of exposure. No one is innocent, but everyone is forgivable. Later, when the dust settles, Fatima and Sueli sit together in the quiet boutique, sipping wine from cheap glasses, laughing through tears. Their friendship becomes the moral anchor of the story, proof that solidarity between women is stronger than any man's deception. There's something profoundly moving in that final laughter, not because it erases the pain, but because it acknowledges it. Tapas and beijos, through its blend of farce and sincerity, teaches us that laughter is not denial, it's survival. The episode becomes a mirror for our own contradictions, how we long for honesty yet thrive on mystery, how we love fiercely but fear being ordinary. In extending the narrative, I picture a short dream sequence where Sueli imagines the poker game continuing without her, only to realize that the real gamble is always outside the table in the unpredictable game of love. The emotional architecture of the episode is flawless, built upon timing, rhythm, and empathy. Flagrante no poker doesn't just entertain, it invites us to laugh at ourselves, to see the beauty in our ridiculous attempts to control what cannot be controlled. It's not a story about winning or losing, but about playing the game with heart no matter how bad the cards seem. And in that sense, it captures the essence of life itself, a poker game played by fools and dreamers, where every smile hides a bluff, and every confession is just another bet placed on love's uncertain table.